sir. As soon as the plane isn't full with 2 cabinet ministers.
All right, see what you can do. And is the bilingual tank crew here yet?
Oh, sir, they're right outside.
All right, bring them in.
Okay. Crew, forward, march! Halt!
All right, men at ease. You've been chosen as members of Canada's first bilingual tank, and here's how we're going to do it. Maneuvering orders will be in English, firing orders in French, radio communications in English, radar and range-finding information in French. Is that understood?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
What about you?
Moi, je comprends pas, tabarnak.
Meanwhile, over 100 miles away in East Germany, a man and a woman walk through the forest towards the border with West Germany. The woman a fashion plate in silk, the man in a pinstripe suit. The two of them looking exactly like middle-class American tourists. But no, it's the Gorbachevs.
My feet are killing me.
Your
I'm
feet are
starving.
killing
You ate all the cabbage raw.
Oh, bitchy.
What? Mikhail, what are we doing here?
Quiet, Raisa. I have a plan. You see the large black box we are carrying?
How can I? You strapped it on my back.
Bitchy. Raisa, that black box is an electronic machine capable of computing airplanes and making them land anywhere you want them to.
Oh, you know the Canadian government uses one of those.
It does?
Of course, in Montreal. You know, it's the only way they can get planes to land at Mirabel Airport.
Well, anyway, Raisa, this is the closest point in East Germany to the Canadian base at Lahr. Shortly, you know, their flight 761 from Canada will be arriving, and I intend to jam its radio and make it land on this side of the border.
Why are you going to divert a Canadian plane?
Because the Canadians have a secret we Russians desperately need.
Oh, what's that?
How to party all night and still function the next morning.
Speaking of functioning, can I get this machine off my back?
No. I want you to rotate so I can tune it. Come on, switch it on.
Sorry.
Bonsoir, monsieur. You have finished dinner. I tossed the médaillon de bœuf avec sauce escoffier with truffles, and the meringue d'Audrine was adequate, messieurs?
Well, yes, that was very good. Thank you. It's quite an airline service you run here, Brian.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. It's just the average service that all our servicemen get on their way over here.
Brian, what is that, Brian? What's that?
Oh, we're carrying 3 passengers in the very back of the plane.
Well, is there room for them back there?
Oh, sure. They've each got their own cubicle.
This is your captain speaking. We're now approaching Lahr. Thank you for flying Air Freebie. And for those in the tail, remember no smoking, and please remain seated until we come to a full stop. And no flushing. Thank you.
Hey, Jake, is that the kind of announcement you always make coming into Lahr?
Hey, I've never flown into Lahr before. I'm on an orientation flight. I'm here to learn from you.
Oh, well, all I ever done is flown coast patrols on Auroras out of Gander. Hey, the only thing you learn from me is if it spouts, don't bomb it.
All right, just tune in the Lahr frequency and we'll write in on the radio beam, okay?
Okay, here we go. Oh, there it is.
And so the scene was set for the most momentous event in the history of the Canadian Armed Forces.
The Canadian plane, confused by the Gorbachev's secret weapon, headed towards East Germany, carrying the leader of the most powerful nation on Earth.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
No, sir, not you. A powerful leader who could say...
The buck stops here.
Accompanied by someone who could say,
The 72 cents stops here.
Unaware of what was happening, the Canadian fighter pilots at Baden-Solingen chatted away on the usual subject.
yeah, like it's a quick new maneuver. Like you do a quick rollover, you go into a split T.
Well, sounds good.
Then you turn over on your back.
Whoa.
Do a stall turn, come up from behind.
Hey, I'd like to try that.
Okay, here's her telephone number.
But finally it was realized that a Canadian plane was defecting to the east. Air traffic controllers in Lahr dropped everything. And finally, Canadian Command Headquarters found out what had happened.
Sir, Flight 761 has defected to East Germany. Defected? Who's on board? 2 politicians. Oh, let them go. And the stripper. Stripper? Oh, no! Snowball! Snowball!
And so, as they had practiced 1,000 times before, the Canadian tanks raced to the East German border, all following the lead tank.
All right, here's the border. Cut the engine and hold. I said hold it. Oh, my God, hold it. We're going through the border. Hold it. Driver, what are you doing? I said cut the engine. Let's go for a bat, Bernard. Sergeant.
Major, I think we drew the tank with the screwed-up compass. We can't possibly be in East Germany, because, look, there's our Boeing over there.
Oh, yeah. What else can you see?
Well, I can see a woman with a Radio Shack pack on her back.
Yeah?
And some pudgy guy with stringy hair and a birthmark on his forehead.
How can you see such details?
They're lying on my tank looking down my periscope.
Well, Brian, that had to be the most courageous rescue in the history of military operations.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. When you lavish money on your armed forces, you can expect the very best.
Wait. Yes. Oh, I agree. Oh, I'm a lavisher, too. The way that tank jammed itself under the airplane's undercarriage and went round in circles for half an hour to confuse the enemy and then towed the plane back over the border and all that way back to Lahr is nothing short of miraculous, Brian. And now to be entertained in this wonderful place. Where are we?
Oh, it's a place we use for rest and recuperation and for cultural exchange with our wonderful West German hosts.
Oh, what's it called?
The Bacra Bar.
Bacra Bar. And those 2 girls on the stage?
Oh, they're wrestlers. You see, there's one of our boys going up to wrestle with them now.
What about you, Sourpuss? You're not saying anything.
As leader of Soviet Socialist Republic, I demand to be returned over the border.
No problem, Mr. Gorbachev. When?
The minute Reza and that lady with the boa constrictor stop wrestling on the stage.
Canadian starring Rod Boy and John Morgan by Rod Graff. Dave Tongo, John Morgan and Rickle. Sound effect by Bill Roberts. Tech by Brian Hill and Vanderclay. Production assistant Deborah Toppin. Air Farce is produced by John Dalty for a live audience. This from the Canadian Armed Forces base in Lahr, West Germany.
This first of 2 shows from Lahr concert. Part 2 will be heard next night. Part 2 all Canadian Farce.